Yemen and Iraq. With us today we have our Regional Director of the
We are shocked by what we see happening now in eastern Ghouta, and we fear that the situation will worsen. And I hope I'm mistaken here. So many have been stunned into silence by the atrocity of the unwarranted violence towards civilians, but we will use our words. No civilian is or should be a tool of war, and we must have immediate humanitarian access. We made a call yesterday, and I repeat it today. Humanitarian access is urgently needed in eastern Ghouta. Under the current circumstances, it should be granted immediately. We're calling also for restraint, and we're reminding all sides about their responsibility and obligation to spare and protect civilians.
Okay, excellent. Well, maybe if you could pass over to Yemen.
Children, women, and men are exhausted and terrified in eastern Ghouta. They are on their knees, weakened because of months of being besieged with the lack of access to the basic needs. And at the same time, dozens of mortars are falling on Damascus. Maybe this is a reality that is not really reported, but it is a reality my colleagues are facing, and also children going to school are facing in the capital. Of course, the magnitude of the problem is not the same, and let's be very clear on this, but this is equally unacceptable. Hospitals are targeted in places like Hama, like Idlib governorates, leaving hundreds of thousands without access to life-saving healthcare. Clinics and water pumping stations have been under attack in Afrin, where a military operation is underway.
You said that you have asked the Syrian government for access to Ghouta.
In order to get inside, we need to get clearance and acceptance by all warring sides. So this is, I think, an important point. And we have been in touch for many days. So far, we did not get the green light, and at the same time, the level of intensity in the fighting would prevent our convoys to enter. We have in Damascus a convoy ready to be delivered to eastern Ghouta with medical supplies, with food, with essential household items, with medicines that are ready to be deployed as soon as we get the clearance, as soon as we deem the conditions appropriate to and secure enough to do it in good conditions. Today the Middle East is in the stage of web of intersecting conflicts with hundreds of local, regional, and global players. The vast majority of these conflicts are, unfortunately, maybe Iraq is an exception, deepening and getting more difficult to solve, and they are still generating day in and day out immense human suffering. We think at ICRC that it is the responsibility of everyone to ensure that the laws of war, international humanitarian law, are respected. Everyone needs to examine their own consciences to see if they are doing their utmost to avoid unnecessary human cost in the conflict raging in the region. We think and we are convinced that states should not only respect but also ensure respect for international humanitarian law, and our message to states supporting other states in the region or armed groups is a very simple one. Don't support those who don't respect IHL. Well, because we were not able to enter,